8:45 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Lal Mallavarachi, assisted by Sanjaya and read by Mario Vijayavardhana. The headlines. The government expects to make the country self-sufficient with turmeric. 171 more coronavirus cases identified in Sri Lanka. All preparations are in place to officially reopen airports and the country to the tourists by the end of January. One inmate who escaped from the COVID-19 treatment centre captured. A 20 rupee commemorative coin to mark the 70th anniversary of the central bank presented to the president. Sudan's armed forces now in control of all its territory, says the foreign minister. State Minister Janaka Wakkumbura says that the government expects to make the country self-sufficient with turmeric. 5 seed turmeric gardens will be set up in the country in order to provide plant materials for new turmeric farmers. The subsidy given to them will be doubled. The minister made these remarks at a press briefing held in his ministry today. The total count of COVID-19 cases reported in Sri Lanka reached 43,299 as 171 more persons tested positive for the virus. The Department of Government Information said 592 fresh cases have been detected within the day. According to the Health Ministry's data, 35,329 of the confirmed patients have made complete recoveries from the virus. However, 7,766 active cases are still under medical care at select hospitals and treatment centres located across the island. Meanwhile, Sri Lanka has witnessed 204 deaths from the virus so far. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. One of the COVID-19 infected inmates who had escaped from the Gallala treatment centre in Polonnaruwa has been recaptured by the authorities. Police media spokesperson DIG Ajit Rohana says he has been found at the Dematapitiya area in Chilau. 5 inmates of the Negombo prison who were receiving treatment for the coronavirus infection had escaped from the Gallala treatment centre in Polonnaruwa this morning. According to the police, the escaped prisoners are drug addicts. The Sri Lanka Army and the police launched a special operation to locate the escaped prisoners. The police subsequently sought public assistance in recapturing these inmates by releasing their details to the media. The Central Bank of Sri Lanka has issued a commemorative coin in the denomination of 20 rupees to mark its 70th anniversary. The first coin was officially presented to President Gotabaya Rajapaksa by the Governor of the Central Bank, Professor W.D. Lakshman, at the Presidential Secretariat today. The coin is made of aluminium and bronze with 7 lobed shapes. This is a limited issue of 3,000 coins and the new coin will not be added to circulation. A coin will be sold at the price of 1,300 rupees through the CBSL headquarters and regional offices. Principal advisor to the President Lalit Weeratunga and the central bank officials were present at the occasion. That's local news.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Minister of Tourism Prasanna Ranatunga says all preparations are in place to officially reopen the airports and the country to tourists by the end of January 2021, while strictly adhering to COVID-19 health guidelines. The minister said the official date will be made known in the near future. Minister Ranatunga made this revelation at a discussion held today with representatives of hotels, airlines, tour group organisers, tour guides and drivers. Discussions also focused on the measures that should be followed when tourists are granted entry to the country. The minister noted that more than 3 million persons are affected as a result of the impact of the coronavirus, especially on the tourism industry.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
And now in Watch Life, the police have identified a bus in which the 5 inmates who escaped the COVID-19 treatment centre this morning had travelled on. They had travelled on a Polonnaruwa Matara bus registered under NB 9268, which had commenced its journey from the Polonnaruwa bus station at around 5:45 a.m. this morning. Police media spokesperson DIG Ajit Rohana said that the escaped inmates have travelled on the bus until Kurunegala, where they might have boarded different buses. The Sri Lanka police requests all the passengers who had travelled on the NB 9268 Polonnaruwa Matara bus to self-quarantine immediately. That came to you in Watchlight, and now in world news headlines. Sudan's armed forces now in control of its territory, says the foreign minister. China gives its first COVID-19 vaccine approval to Sinopharm. The Pope will not lead New Year services because of a flare-up of leg pain. Sudan's armed forces have taken control of all its territory, Foreign Minister Omar Gamaraldin said in a press conference today, as border tensions with neighbour Ethiopia continue to flare. Clashes have occurred in recent days over agricultural land in the Al-Fashqa area, which lies within Sudan's international boundaries but has long been settled by Ethiopian farmers. China approved its first COVID-19 vaccine for general public use today, a shot developed by an affiliate of state-backed pharmaceutical giant Sinopharm, as it braces for greater transmission risks over the winter. No detailed efficacy data of the vaccine has been publicly released, but its developer, Beijing Biological Products Institute, a unit of Sinopharm's subsidiary China National Biotech Group, said its vaccine was 79.34% effective in preventing people from developing the disease based on interim data. Pope Francis will not lead New Year's Eve and New Year's Day services because of a flare-up of his condition in the leg, which produces pain in his right leg, the Vatican said on Thursday. It was the first time in years that Francis, who turned 84 this month, has had to skip a papal event for health reasons. A year-end service that the Pope was to lead on Thursday afternoon will be led by Cardinal Giovanni Battista, and the Friday Mass will be said by Cardinal Pietro Parolin, the Vatican's Secretary of State. And now the main points of the world news segment once again. Sudan's armed forces now in control of all its territory, says the foreign minister. China gives its first COVID-19 vaccine approval to Sinopharm. The Pope will not lead New Year services because of flare-up of leg pain. That was world news, and now in development news, the Sri Lanka Gem and Jewellery Association Director Tilakna Nayakara said that the gem and jewellery industry will muster $5 billion in exports revenue by 2025. Speaking at the first Key Persons Forum for the industry hosted by the SLGJA, he highlighted avenues in which the industry has made progress over the past years while bringing to attention the areas that need development. He pointed out the need for a gem tower in Colombo similar to the one that is being constructed in Ratnapura, efficient services to benefit the traders and buyers, as well as developing an online licensing method. That was development news, and now in sports news. Britain's own 7-time Formula One champion, world champion Lewis Hamilton, was awarded his knighthood yesterday. Hamilton became the most successful F1 driver of all time after equaling Ferrari great Michael Schumacher's record 7 titles and beating the German's 91 race wins. He is also known to be the only black driver in the sport and has used his platform to campaign for diversity to speak out against racial injustice. Reporting in this regard, the Daily Mail stated that Prime Minister Boris Johnson had bent the rules to get around the tax requirements for domestic awards. The citation referred to Hamilton's sporting record and his charitable and philanthropic contributions in the UK and overseas. That was sports news, and now in business news, the overall rate of inflation as measured by the Colombo Consumer Price Index on a year-on-year basis increased marginally to 4.2% in December 2020 from 4.1% in November 2020, the Department of Census and Statistics reported. The CCPI for all items for the month of December 2020 was 138, and it records an increase of 0.9 in index points, that is 0.66 percentage points compared to the month of November 2020, for which the index was 137.1. This represents an increase of expenditure value by 549.25 rupees in the market basket.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Congratulations on your promotion. It will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
International arrivals fell by 72% over the first 10 months of 2020, with restrictions on travel, low consumer confidence and a global struggle to contain the COVID-19 virus, all contributing to the worst year-on-year record in the history of tourism. According to the latest tourism data from the World Tourism Organization, destinations welcomed 900 million fewer international tourists between January and October when compared with the same period of 2019. This translates into a loss of $935 billion in export revenues from international tourism, more than 10 times the loss in 2009 under the impact of the global economic crisis.
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy.
Calm down, everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge.
LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And now for the weather report. The Met Department says showers will occur at several places in the eastern, north central and Uva provinces and in the Hambantota district. A few showers may occur in the northern province. Showers or thunder showers will occur at several places. Fairly heavy showers above 75 millimeters can be expected at some places in the western and Sabaragamu provinces and in the Gala and Matara districts. That was the weather report, and now the headlines of this news broadcast once again. The government expects to make the country self-sufficient with turmeric. 171 more coronavirus cases identified in Sri Lanka. All preparations are in place to officially reopen airports and the country to the tourists by the end of January. One inmate to escape from the COVID-19 treatment centre captured. A 20 rupee commemorative coin to mark the 70th anniversary of the central bank presented to the president. Sudan's armed forces now in control of all its territory, says the foreign minister. That concludes this last news broadcast for 2019. And let me take this opportunity... 2020, that's right. Let me take this opportunity to wish all our dear listeners out there a very happy 2021. And I must say,